You're gonna need 2 cans of black beans, a small onion, 2 cloves of garlic, some mayo, salt and pepper, and some tortilla chips. So I was thinking of making this video because I know some people don't know how to cook very often, and now they're kind of forced to. So I want to maybe give some ideas on how to use items from the pantry that aren't so boring. So what you're going to want to do is put your drain and rinse beans into a bowl, start mashing those. They don't have to be all completely mashed up, you can have some whole beans in there. You just want them to be able to kind of stick together by the time they're done. And go ahead and set that aside. And if you already know how to chop an onion, you can just skip this part. What you're gonna wanna do is slice through the root of the onion, and then you're gonna peel each half. Save those scraps for vegetable broth. So after you got that peeled, slice off that little end bit, and then make a lot of vertical slices, but don't cut through the root. Keep that intact. If you want a smaller dice, you can make a couple horizontal cuts as well, but I like the texture that the bigger onion pieces give the burgers. And of course, if you don't have any fresh onion, you can always use onion powder. So next is the garlic. Just smack that with the blade, and the skin will come right off of it. After you've got that off, chop that bit at the end off. And then what I like to do is I put a pinch of salt on the garlic, and it kind of acts as an abrasive to help break the garlic down. 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon, just a couple pinches. And then you're just gonna chop that, smash it against the board. Use the salt to help kind of make it into a paste, and just do that over and over until you get tiny little pieces. If you do have a garlic press, you can use that too. If you don't have fresh garlic, you can use garlic powder. So these are the tortilla chips. I just put a handful in this bag. In the end, I had about 1/3 cup of crumbs. If you don't have tortilla chips, you can use breadcrumbs, you can use a slice of bread, you can even use flour if you don't have anything else. Just use whatever you have. And a plus to the tortilla chips is that it keeps this gluten-free if that's something that you need. So after you've got all that smashed, just mix everything together. Your onion and your garlic, tortilla chips, and this is just 1/4 cup of the mayo. If you don't have mayo, you can sub out a raw egg. The egg will hold the burgers together a little better, but if you can't eat eggs or you can't find them, mayo works great. And then you're just gonna mix all of that together. I forgot the pepper, so I just put a little in here. I didn't add any extra salt because the chips are already pretty salty, and I also added salt to the garlic. So then you're just gonna let that sit in the fridge for about 15 minutes to let the chips soften. Now it's time to portion out the burgers. The mixture here should give you about 8 regular burgers or 6 big burgers. I use a cookie scoop to portion it out. Form it into a patty with your hands. The burger size I have here makes about 8 burgers. Then you're gonna grab yourself a pan, and you're gonna put some oil in there. Use whatever oil you have that can stand some heat. So olive oil, vegetable oil, coconut oil, whatever you have. Put about a tablespoon in there. Put that pan on medium heat until it's nice and hot, and plop your burgers in. I was able to fit 3 burgers in this one at one time. Remember to give yourself enough room in the pan to be able to flip them. So then we got the toppings. I have these little tomatoes. I'm gonna chop some of those up. If you don't have the things I used here, that's fine. Just use whatever you have. You could do some grilled onions, cheese, herbs, whatever you have. Just make it work. Then I have some avocado. If you're not used to cutting these, put a folded towel in your hand just to protect it. You're gonna wanna cut all the way around the avocado. Twist it to open it, and then you're gonna take half at a time and make slices into it. Don't go all the way through the skin, just go right down to it. So to get the pit out, smack it with the butt of your knife and twist. And then I smack the handle of the knife on the edge of the trash can to make the pit come off. And then you're gonna do the same thing with that one. Then you're gonna grab a spoon and just scoop it out. Then I just have some cilantro leaves that I picked off the stem and washed. You can actually take the stems of your cilantro, chop them very small, and put them into the burger mix. I was gonna do that here, but I forgot. Gather all that cilantro up and just give it a rough chop. Now we're gonna be making some Chipotle mayo. You wanna get your mayo, probably about 2 tablespoons per burger. I have some chipotle powder that I'm gonna put into it. If you don't have this, you can use the canned chipotle. And if you don't have any chipotle, you can change it up. Make a burger sauce, add some mayo, ketchup, mustard, and relish. You could put a little garlic and lime in your mayo, whatever you have. I also put a little sriracha in my sauce here. So I don't love the ends of the lettuce here, those little hard bits. So I just chop those off. You can put them in a salad later, whatever you want. You're gonna get your lettuce and roll it like a burrito and make little ribbons of lettuce. And after you've got all that done, it's time to assemble the burgers. So grab a nice toasty bun, and you're gonna put some of that chipotle mayo on there. After that, put down a bed of lettuce so that you have something for the burger to sit on. Then you're gonna put your burger down. Then I add some avocado, a couple slices of the tomato, and then finally your cilantro. And then you just top it off, and there's your burger. So don't forget, the goal here is to use what you have. Don't worry if you have to sub out some stuff. It's still gonna be just as good. Don't put her on the table. Yeah.